Hi, I'm Josanne Wright Callender, the author of the Happy Little Garbage Truck Picture Book and Educational System. Well, we've been talking about hope, and basically, the whole reason for this is our self-esteem, how we bring children to the point of having a better self-esteem. And I see that is something that we can attain or help them find ways of attaining it through goal setting. And hope is the foundation of any type of goal setting because we have to believe that reaching that goal is possible and we have that expectancy. Well, C.R. Snyder's hope theory provides a way for us to look at how we can instill good goal directed skills in our children and how we can develop this trait or quality. Well, I see goal setting as a really important part in my life. This is an experienced point of view because in setting my own goals, hope is the major reason why I tend to work toward and keep working toward goals that I set for myself. And I tried in a lot of ways to place this in my educational process for the students that I work with. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. But first of all, we set stretch goals. And in Mr. Snyder's article, he states that stretch goals are the very thing that actually helps us to develop higher hopes and expectancy. And looking at hope, I found that what happens when we start having a hopeful attitude, our brain is releasing dopamine. And this is that neurotransmitter that actually goes straight to the striatum part of the brain, which has to do with movement, goal setting, or reward seeking, and motivation, which are all part of what we have going on in our minds towards when we are thinking towards getting to that next goal. So we set stretch goals, which we talked about the other day. And I think really what I try to do often is to, in setting these goals with the students that I work with, I bring them in on the planning, which is the next step. You set goals, you start planning towards meeting that goal. And so when goals are lofty, it might be hard for a student to see how they can actually get there. But there's one easy method that I ran across in a Dale Carnegie class that spoke of sausaging. And the sausaging method this presenter explained was you don't try to eat a sausage in one big bite. It's impossible. Although I know that there are people who do the hot dog eating contests. But besides that, what you try to do is to eat it piece by piece. And if it's a sausage that's pretty big, a large project, you have to cut it into smaller pieces. So in tackling stretch goals, we help our students a great deal if we can help them think of ways to cut their big goal into smaller pieces. And we might do some brainstorming with them to help them visualize how they could do this. Well, one of my current clients is attempting to increase her reading vocabulary. And it's something that actually she's made great progress in since November. So the student has a word list, say 40 plus vocabulary words. So what we do each week is we take 5 of the words, we review all of the words, but we take 5 new words and discuss them. And she thinks about how this word relates to her. And we found what helps her instead of just taking notes is to draw a picture of what that word means to her or her being involved in that activity or with somehow with that word. And it helps her retain the meaning of the word when she looks at the picture card, which is a technique that I talk about in my Happy Little Garbage Truck Teacher's Guide. And, it's just something that's worked for me. But we make these vocabulary cards, and then during the week, she reviews them. And bit by bit, this method has helped her to slice through this entire 40-word list and have that kind of success that she sees that she can remember this word as we do the review each week. So we gain territory. We take territory each week until the whole word list. And it doesn't even take. So, like if you have 40 words, you'd think it take 8 weeks. It doesn't even take that long because the knowledge helps. I think once the brain starts making those connections, it finds it easier to make additional connections. And the reviewing of the words actually is helping her think about the meaning of those words or what those words mean, and it's actually helping her build her vocabulary. So, I hope this helps some. I I tell you, it really has worked for me in my own goal setting to cut all of my goals into smaller bite-sized pieces, and I just hope it's a technique that will work for you too. Please share, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.